Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon, and today we're back with another Enlisted News of the Week. And this week we have a lot of stuff. And without let's even get started, this video has been made possible for the friends at Discord because as of this week, a lot of stuff has been going on. And as a matter of fact, I'm starting to get overwhelmed, not only in my personal life but with YouTube. So that's going to be interesting. But in terms of this week, we have the Q&A, the Making Enlisted a Better Place number 28, a Maneuver Warfare Pack, Update 0.4.0.108 to Armory, and starting packs. And I should be saying refreshing starting pack. But that's it, let's get started with the video. Making Enlisted a Better Place number 28, and this time, once again, with all Enlisted making better places, Enlisted is actually trying to make the game better. And I hope this week it actually happens. The first aid kit has been buffed. The ultimate tool for mass supply of allied medical equipment is now for everyone to use. Not even if your inventory is filled with full first aid kits, you can grab one extra, and if you have a lot of space for medic supplies, you can fill them in. So basically what's going on is that medic packs, you can fit a lot more in your inventory, which is a good thing. Other changes, now Type HE rifle is counted as a semi-automatic rifle. Fixed above, that crushes a D3A1 gunner AI not to shoot the enemy, which actually has been happening. And finally, they've changed it. They also fixed a bug which causes soldiers of some premium squads to replace unique weapons. Unique weapons will be automatically returned to the appropriate squad from the storage and inventory from the soldiers of other squads. At the same time, non-unique weapons that were in the premium squad will be sent back to the player's store. And then fix a bug now not granting rewards to the 21st level of the Pacific Campaign, M1 Bazooka and M5 Rocket Launcher when the player has access. Players will be rewarded automatically, and that's going to be a lot of interesting stuff. But honestly, the medics are going to be buffed, so that's going to be a good thing. Honestly, that does not say that you should prioritize medics over assaulters, because assaulters still reign supreme. Medics are once again a supporting faction, and I believe a lot more people are going to be doing better if they charge in with guns blazing, essentially. But that said, let's move on to Maneuver Warfare Pack. After Making Enlisted a Better Place, we have Making Enlisted a new War Pack, or in this case, the Maneuver Warfare Pack. And in this time, the Americans are going to be getting the M8 Greyhound with the Type 97 Chiha tank for the Japanese. The American M8 Greyhound is a wheeled vehicle with a pretty good 50 caliber machine gun on the top, a 37mm M6 cannon, and a 7.62 Browning machine gun with a 12.7 Browning machine gun, so this thing is quite interesting. There's only a few problems, and the first problem is that this is a top-open vehicle, meaning that although it's very fast at 40 km per hour, snipers can easily get through, and not to mention artillery can easily destroy this thing. After that, we have the Chiha. This is technically a Japanese medium tank, albeit this medium tank carries around 25mm to 35mm armor plate in a ring that confidently holds against mercilessly Browning machine guns and American M13 anti-aircraft guns. The only issue is that if you face a Stuart, this thing is going to get penetrated. The response to a 57mm gun compared to the M8's 37mm gun, this historically was used en masse in the Japanese in essentially every theater, and was treated more on the lines of a light tank or a very bad medium tank, considering the fact that against American Shermans, not only will this suffer, but against American Stuarts, this thing already suffers. So we do know what's going to happen against Shermans, and that's going to be a complete disaster. This vehicle against M8 is actually going to be quite well, considering that it has a 7.7 machine gun and the high explosive APAC shells on the 57mm gun, APHE to be exact, is going to do quite well, so hopefully that's a good thing. But that said, this is the Maneuver Warfare Pack. I honestly hope they're going to be adding other infantry packs, but this is what we got. After the Maneuver Warfare Pack, we have Update 0.4.0.108, and this time it fixes a bug that causes the mod to be incorporated with the mod editor. Characteristics the SMLE Mark III. Grenade launcher has been corrected with the SMLE Mark III, so basically the damage actually has been doing the same, which is something that I've actually suggested and I've actually talked about, so please, thank you Enlisted, you've actually done it. Fix the bug that makes soldiers that have been killed to seem far slower at slower FPS, and fix the old description of the ability to speed up and change body positions in the description of some premium squad, which is, please, thank you, they've done it. But that said, that is update 0.4.108. Let's just move on to the next thing, which is refreshing starter packs, and this time it's going to be quite simple. A lot of these starter packs includes 4-star assaulters for every campaign that you have, these are going to be Moscow, Normandy, Berlin, Tunisia, and Pacific for both Allies and Axis. The 4-star Assaulter squads, in the case of the Pacific, that's going to be the Medic squad, and it's 3-star SMG for every starting weapon. An explosive pack and a medikit for every faction of each campaign, 10 soldiers in total, so you're going to be getting a lot of explosive packs and medic packs once you start the campaign, which is very, very useful, and not to mention you get 1500 gold, which is really useful in buying a premium squad, of which, if you don't know which premium squads you're going to be buying, I have an entire video on that. And after that, we have 15 days of premium, which is probably the most important thing, and a bundle bonus with a name decorator, so that's going to be interesting. But that said, this is what you get for your new starting packs. Honestly, I see it pretty good. Obviously, eventually, you don't really need a starting pack. I rather prefer that you get the late game premium squads because they are going to be way more useful, of which, once again, I already made a video on that, so you're going to be quite interested. But that said, these starter packs, honestly, if you started the campaign by now, if you're like midway into the game, you don't really need this. If you're starting as a new player enlisted, I don't think you should need it either. The grind is a good way to test yourself and begin your own career in Enlisted. But that said, let's move on to the Armory. The final thing as of this week is the Armory, and this is an event of some sorts, and from October 27th until November 2nd. And this is essentially by now the second day, and this is a lot of good stuff. As a matter of fact, even the portraits look unique and they look good. First thing that you get is for every 5,000 points you receive a reward. 5,000 points, for those who don't know, is not a lot. Go into a battle in Allies or Axis, Normandy, Berlin, Moscow, and most importantly, Berlin. You're going to get a lot of XP really quick, really fast. For me, I'm doing Pacific because I'm grinding that out, so do what you prefer. But for every essential stuff, you're going to get silver orders, silver orders, order for weapons, order appearance changes, bronze troop orders, bronze weapon orders, boosters for 30% for one battle, gold order weapons, order event weapons, and not to mention the German rifleman portrait and the American rifleman portrait. The main rewards are going to be the Thompson Model 1928 in 30 caliber, available in Normandy, Pacific, and Tunisia campaigns. This is a chassis of the M1928 range with a 30 carbine millimeter. This is the M1 carbine, which is essentially, if you haven't used it, is quite interesting. What this means is that this thing has a damage rate of 6.8, or, oh yes, I forgot. It's 8.8, not 6.8, so this thing is absolutely gonna shred. And when I mean shred, it's gonna shred through people like butter. For the Germans, we have the Gewehr 98 with extended mag rounds, and this is available in Moscow, Tunisia, Normandy, and Berlin. Essentially all the German campaigns, and I don't really see how this is fair. This is a World War I design of the Gewehr 98, a long Mauser rifle, and instead of having a solid 25 shots before reloading, the biggest issue is that this is a bolt-action rifle with 25 rounds in the magazine. Compared to the Thompson, I rather prefer the Thompson. The Thompson is an automatic rifle, this is an automatic rifle, but it doesn't even automatic functions itself. So yeah, the Thompson at least has a decency of being chambered in M1 Grand or M1 carbine rounds. But that said, let's move on to the portraits, and these are going to be the American holding the Model 1928 in 30mm carbine, and the German holding the Gewehr 98. Not to mention the fact that you can actually get a gold or a weapon, and a lot more other stuff. So that's going to be interesting, of which I believe this event is very, very good. Essentially, all you have to do is to play and you're going to get something. Of course, depends on how much time you have, you will eventually get something anyway. But yeah, I believe this event is pretty good, and I believe this is going to be the basis for the next Enlisted event, which I believe is actually pretty good. They're not taking in, oh, do this mission, do that mission. They're taking in how much XP you're going to gain, which is a really big helper. And I honestly believe this type of event should be done more. But that's it. This is all it for the week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. I'll see you in the next week, and have a great day. Now before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I would be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.